Hi everyone, it's another fine day, it's another beautiful day, and I understand we were supposed to have started this live how many hours ago. We are late, but I just tell and I say, hey, man, they always plan, present that for God, and then God decide what happens next. But we had other things going on, and trust me, one of those things that you want wait time. It will be out there very soon. Now, for those who know me, I worry a lot about our community, and one of the things that I don't discover about me lately, now the fact say I easily connect with people in two ways. They have the community at heart. People they are concerned that, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do to make things better? When I remember, so I don't always say it starts from you. It starts from you being that person, becoming that person, and then from you, your immediate family. Once you impact your family, guess what? Your family go impact the neighborhood or quartier, as we call them. After quartier, now waiting that city. After that city, now waiting that region or that state. After that state, now waiting the country. After the country, now waiting. We do it globally. So one step at a time, I think we're making great moves. Man, over drag this thing. It happens only when I'm talking to someone I have so much respect for. For those who they already notice, for those who they follow track my location, are they Houston? Welcome to Toride, boss.
Thank you, Toride. Thank you. I'll be excited for the program today. And there's a lot to talk about. I'll just be excited.
Wow. I think I should thank you first of all for everything you have done, everything you're doing, and everything you plan to do. Because you're one of those persons who, every time we get on the phone, every time you see something happening, you actually make sure say I know, or you actually make sure say, hey, what can we do about this situation? Very few people like you. They exist for community. I really pray, say, maybe with time we'll get more people. For the few people that they watch already, please let me know comment section if the sound be okay. Comment section, I beg, let me know if the sound be okay. Let me know if the sound be okay, so we can jump into this conversation. We'll get a lot of things, so we'll talk today. And like I said, when I anticipate the videos that we will put out in the days ahead, it's loaded. It's loaded. It's quality content. It's content for our community. It's content now. It's loaded. Yeah, I think see the volume there. Okay. Yeah, boss. By the way, Ngannou fight the other day. Did you watch?
Oh, wonderful! I watched the game. And I'll be so excited. First of all, Ngannou, they represent Cameroon, the inner Cameroon. Mm-hmm. Ngannou, na that Peking way, it show we say Cameroonians, they feel hope. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot you can do. I mean, he's so proud of being a Cameroon guy, mm-hmm. despite all the odds. Mm-hmm. And that is what that's where you see somebody who has this country at heart.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of that young man.
Wow,
so proud,
man! And I think he come for the best time. I say he come for the best time because we have the darling thing we were always like in football.
Yes.
But now I don't know if it's complicated or it's rough or it's just there, and then so at least now we get something where they make me feel I'm still Cameroonian.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. And if you see and say that thing, we converge the whole of Cameroon, converge the whole of Africa, converge the whole of black community, converge even white people.
Yeah.
That's a guy who is humble.
Yeah.
He is, he has people he attracts people. Mm-hmm. And people, and you can see that in the way when you see young man as we finish that Cameroon all over the place. How often do you see Cameroon all over the world?
I'm telling you. Mm. Wow.
It was so, I just be happy. And then I begin to ask myself, say, well, even young people, I will get some young people then for this country where they still love our country. Well, mm-hmm. You look people like Embiid now, mm-hmm. big name for Cameroon. When I begin to grow to for Cameroon, we be expect Embiid go give you that type of happiness.
Yeah.
that type of excitement.
Yeah.
Because MB not be get any reason for decide for not be Cameroonian.
Yeah.
There was no reason.
Very true.
The fact say he decide for America, not to give you any addition. Imagine say MB be decide say he want to leave Cameroon.
Yeah.
Like you feel imagine what he for think. That boy, he had everything going for him. He could have decided anything.
Yeah.
But you see this other young man, take an example, see the other young man. The young man say, my roots, it was not a mistake.
Yeah.
That is my root.
Yeah. And boss, I like the fact that you bring up that conversation.
Yes.
That was the same thing I was telling someone. In as much I would say, oh yeah, blah blah blah, he come out and make excuse, say my picking them. I'm like, yeah, you're picking them. And guess what? Where are you from?
Yes.
And by you doing that, what are you telling them? What are you telling the next kid? What are you telling a whole more than how many thousand people, especially people from our community? Now we need to talk say for take that nationality for represent here is bad. We're just saying, but people then get options and plenty.
Absolutely.
Can you just at least just represent us, just continue? Because
and what you think about it, Matt tell you something. And some people then go talk, say maybe I be A or B or C. MB, look at MB path. MB na picking way, not be picking way, he come for you, he don't mean her old man. MB na paysan picking way grow for pay. Then come for America, we don't be big boy. And then for give me that excuse, say it was so because of a picking. That one I just excuse. Because some of we will don't be so proud of that young man.
Yeah.
Then America don't need MB.
Yep.
America don't need MB. America will still do the same thing where they do them without MB.
Yeah.
But Cameroon will be changed because of that one boy.
Very true.
And that is what you get an opportunity for do one thing where you change a generation. You decide for Missam. That's the way I see it. You get an opportunity where you change a whole generation, change a whole people, their dreams. Yeah. You decide for Missam.
The continent of Africa, not only
Absolutely.
Cameroon.
That's why I call it whole people.
Yeah.
And na young man we don't come for you. I would think to say maybe the way MB marry Brazilian or something like that. That those things. You don't get any person where if you fall to for us this. If not for money, MB get money. If not for name, he get name. If not for anything, he get that. He not be need America. He not be need America for no reason.
Very true.
So for me, it been a disappointment. But again, that's why this young man, where they call and say Francis, Ngannou, they carry our hopes too high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's so true. He don't make. Man, sometimes in as much as I look strong, in as much as I look like, I believe in the dream and all of that, sometimes you need this message, you need these stories for remind you, say, hey, you come off from some side, that side is valid, that side is actually, there's a reason why you came from there.
Absolutely.
So just continue for push until you hit the top. Boss. Okay, we'll go back for the beginning for the conversation. I know most people probably already know you already. Like I said earlier, thank you for those who did watch. It's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. If I drive from Arlington to here, no matter because I don't like to jump for wood and people know me, I need to overwork me. That was because, first of all, he's a very, very busy person. For push me, come for, but then we're like, you know what? We'll go. One of that very, very rare time the way NASA could do it, you don't do this is because they come, and so I want it to be more of not just a conversation between me and him. I want it to be a conversation between me, him, and you. So comment section, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any suggestions, whatever, just let us know. Boss, we'll go back for the beginning. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do, where you from and what you do.
Okay. My name is Charles Njoya. I'm a CPA. I am a wealth coach. I am, most especially, I am a tax strategist.
Wow.
I help people to avoid taxes and build wealth. That's what I do. I help people to understand how America works. I help people to basically be able to go through the 3 stages that I call the stages of wealth building.
Wow.
To be able to earn income. That's what you call, that's the first stage of wealth building. You get for do what they call and say income generation. Income generation at the first stage when you do want build wealth. Once you don't build income, you get a source of income. The next thing you do want to do what they call and say asset accumulation.
Okay.
You start accumulate assets. You buy your first home, you buy that nice car, you buy that thing. And then you get to that place where now you think about protecting those assets. And how do you structure those assets to be able to take advantage of what we call the American dream? Me, I come from a background where I don't be CPA and tax advisor for many years. I started my career for PricewaterhouseCoopers. PricewaterhouseCoopers is now one of the big 4 firms in the world. I started with PwC some 26 years ago. And then I started in Africa. 2 years later, I was in the UK. I was in the UK for 3 years, went back to Africa, and I was across Africa and the United States. Then in I went back. I was in charge of global reporting, still doing, I was doing everything that's consulting. And I was also very interested in the world of taxes. I moved to the US still with PwC in 2011 and spent a couple of years with PwC, and I was right at the top. I left PwC when I was a director. And in 2019, we started this company called CHN Advisors.
Okay.
CHN Advisors is all about awakening our people. All those things that we did for all these large companies, to all these high net worth individuals, we brought them to our own community. We're trying to tell our community, this is the way this thing works. And if you do this, I tell myself all the time that maybe I spend too much time working for others. If I'd spend those time, most of the things you keep telling people what to do, you have to do it for yourselves. And that's what we're trying to do. Our community needs to wake up. Our mindsets needs to shift completely. So that if we understand how this country works, most of us, we are very hardworking people. Cameroonians, Africans, Nigerians, all of us who are immigrants in this country, we tend to work harder than anybody. And if we can do that and understand how this country works, we will easily all find ourselves in the top 1%. Easily.
Wow.
And that's my message.
Boss, you talked about CPA, and then you turn again talk about strategists. Are they confused? Me, I always dominate CPA. What's the difference between a strategist and a CPA?
Excellent question. Most of we, and this is where I get a lot of pushback. When you want to talk to people, most people will tell you, I got my CPA. A CPA is a great guy. I have a background. I was a chartered accountant in the UK so many years ago, CPA in the US. I've been for many years. The difference between a CPA and a strategist is that a CPA is someone who basically works on your historic information, put them together. I'm talking this from a tax standpoint, because for me, tax is where the American dream is found. The tax code in America drives the system. We are in a capitalist system. And a capitalist system simply means that you have small governments. That government doesn't own anything. The people drive everything. The government puts the laws in place, and then you drive it. So what that means is that basically, when you are a CPA, from a tax standpoint, your role is you're basically taking that information. And this is our traditional role of a CPA. A traditional thing we've only done for many years. You take all that numbers, you calculate, and then you tell Sarkozy, Sakuna, you tax this. That's how much you have to pay. Or you want rich, they will get something where they call and say, because for America, your tax system, they ask you, say you therefore pay as you go. You don't pay at the end. You pay your taxes on your global income as you move. So basically, your CPA will tell you, oh, it's time to pay taxes. It's time, because it calculates based on the information you have.
Yeah.
That is the job of a CPA. He's working based on historic information and helps you pay taxes. On the other hand, a strategist is someone who is working beforehand.
Yeah.
So he's looking at where you're going, directing you on how you have to go, because the objective is to make you avoid taxes.
Wow.
So the top 1% of American, or if you want to look at it from a tax standpoint, the top 3% who pay 0% in taxes, they all have this in common. They all use tax strategists.
Wow.
Strategists are not people, they are not many. So it is not like it's taught in a school. It is taught through years of experience, understanding of the tax code, your reading of the tax code, and most importantly, there are programs that are exclusively for strategists.
Yeah.
So I am a strategist. I've been a CPA so many years. I take those experiences and then I use that and then I enter after. I mean, I've been trying to understand this America, how it works. And it involves investment as well. It is costly to become a strategist. And that is why I tell everybody, for you to move from one state, to understand this country, you have to be working with a strategist. He helps you avoid that one thing that is critical for your growth in America, and which is your tax bill.
Boss, the strategist part interests me.
Yes.
But I guess a small concern, which is now, from my understanding though, it sounds like strategists are more for business people. Do 9 to 5 people also need a strategist?
Excellent question. You know, when we come for the country, and most of if you look at the detail of our community, you'll say most of we are doctors, lawyers, CPAs, this, that. We have done well when it comes to education. Okay. If you look at this country, the largest community, the most educated community is Nigerians.
Yeah.
So Africans,
when they use Africans, no use Nigerian.
It's African. Yes, now we. But I'm saying this because if you think now in terms of proportions, you see Cameroon is doing extremely well.
Very true.
Because we are just little.
Yeah.
And you'll see that across Africa.
Yeah.
When Africans come here, they come here to work hard.
Yeah.
They come here to grow. But when you come here with a mindset, will be completely different. Why? And we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
When you come here from a completely different system of economics, they will come into another system with that mindset, with a different system. And it doesn't just work here. So when we talk about most of our people, are specialists, not people the way if you think about it, think about a quadrant. Think about us living in a quadrant. A quadrant, when you see a quadrant, I get some person where he be like a great guy in this country. You don't consider him as people who have discovered something, but they created something. There's a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Most of our children have read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That book, something different way, it be very telling, very telling. It is called the cash flow quadrant. That cash flow quadrant, they tell you, say, when people then did for America, they did for 4 different quadrants of cash flow. The first quadrant, employee quadrant. The second quadrant, specialist quadrant. Another quadrant for sole proprietorship, self-employed. Then the third quadrant are businesses. Then the last quadrant are investor. It tell you, say, for growth for America, you have to move through those quadrants. So most of we want to come for here, we start the employees. Yeah. Before you want to know it, we don't start business because we don't grow. Either we don't become lawyer, we don't become this, we don't go a small business. Yeah. That top part where you be employee, you pay the most in taxes because if you're a big guy, you're earning 200, 300, you pay up to 37% in taxes. Wow. If you are in a state like Texas where there's no state tax. But if you are in California, you pay an additional 12% in taxes. on those taxes because you're paying the state tax. Now you're paying just those two. If you are in California, you're paying almost 50% of your money in taxes. 49%. So you say you are earning $5,000 a week. You go and take that 5,000. You go to take that 5,000. They give you 2,500. The other one is going to Uncle Sam. So you're paying crazy taxes. Now think about it. If you save that half that money, that is where your life is. Because that 2,500 where you don't take a nana, you make you live for inside vicious circle. You live inside that rat race. Because America is a country where they encourage you for spend. Because it's a capitalist economy, there is a lot of spending. Spending is what makes this country tick. So they give you everything for spend. So now you get only half of that money. You try to do this, you don't buy big house, you don't buy big motor, buy this, buy that. All your money, you not even send money for your own mommy, you for inside rat race. If some person fee avoid you paying those taxes, that is where your wealth is.
Very true.
That is where your wealth is. Now, if you come out for that employee quadrant, you go to that second quadrant where they call and say specialist. When some of you will don't become accountant, we don't open our firm, we don't do this, we don't do that. When you get that, that's most of cardiologists now. You throw stone, you will get Cameroon and African cardiologists, neurologists, they plenty. Those people, they make a lot of money, but almost half of their money to go for IRS. When you come for this quadrant, you get advantage for that second quadrant for specialist. You get advantage so you don't open your practice. But if you're not structured and properly, there is an additional tax where you pay them, where they call it self-employment tax. Because you self-employ yourself. Now, the thing where you do for that place, let's say, the other advantage where you get advantage, say, okay, now if you reduce your expenses before you pay that tax. So now the advantage that, but if you run away from there quickly, you go for that third quadrant within our businesses. Since 2017, the tax rate for businesses, for larger businesses, at 21%. So you don't just move from almost 50% to another plus 15.3%, you go down for only 21. So you see how you've reduced your tax bracket after you don't remove your expenses. Then now, they tell you, say, the last quadrant, when I investor quadrant, now that quadrant where all that big boy them, where they call them, say, 1%, 2%, 3%, who pay zero in taxes, they are all there. And these guys, they are paying 0% in taxes. So the question now, why can I not just find a way to be in the investor quadrant? That's what we help you do. So small, whether you be small man or you be any man, we structure this to help you move from here, from employee right down to investor. Because when you're an investor, those things that you do as an investor, they help you pay 0 in taxes.
I think the question I'll ask you, you talk about that 1% they pay 0. Are they actually paying 0 in taxes? Because once you get there, you start paying 0 in taxes, or they work with strategists like you. They for level, they afford strategists like you when they actually push the button and set up the playground and make sure everything they find. So at the end of the day, they come out with 0 taxes.
I'll ask you something. Sako, what would you pay to get to where you want to go? There's a price to pay for everything. If you come here, you think that the biggest freedom we will get them by your time. If you buy your time, you don't get freedom. Yes. Now the biggest freedom that. So the thing I say, when you become an investor, remember, say, the one thing for America here, where everybody, when you go for Washington, you go for Congress. Last time we'll not be get speaker for more than 2 months, for more than a month. We'll not even get speaker. So they're always fighting. Nothing is happening there. The only one place where they hear say they know they talk them. You know they ever hear say they get argument when it comes to the investor lobby. People then when they do real estate. They don't argue. They just give them all their benefits. Why? Because all of them are there. All of them. They invest in real estate. And when you invest for this country, when you invest, when you invest, I take example for real estate because my program, I do a lot in real estate. When you invest in real estate and you structure correctly, because that's very important, structure correctly. Structure correctly. I've talked that more than 50 times. That thing about structure be so important. When you invest correctly, you basically Remember, say, when you invest in real estate, what you do? When you want to buy a house, what should happen? You basically, they tell you, say, bring down 10%. Yeah. Some money even tell you, say, bring 0%. Mm-hmm. So once they bring 5%, I get clients where they pay 5%, buy property. Yeah. Pay 0%, get property. So basically, you are investing very little as your cash down payment. Mm-hmm. Someone else, they contribute all the money for buy that property for you. Now, why when you buy something for you don't really own them. Mm-hmm. They tell you a third party owner. Mm-hmm. Basically, they tell you, say, even though you buy that thing for almost zero, if you structure properly, you feel use that investment. So you don't go buy some house. You put 50,000, they give you a house for 500,000. Mm-hmm. So your investment at 5,000. Mm-hmm. Now, all that 500,000 they give for you, even though some man give you 450,000, they tell you, so if you use that 450,000, wipe off your ordinary income, they not buy, you not pay tax.
Wow.
So there are so many. That's just one thing why they show for you. There are so many things you can do as an investor to pay zero in taxes. And what's the answer for your question? I say, actually, I would tell every person, if you're out there where you pay anything more than $40,000 in taxes, if you're working with a CPA and you're not the CPA who doesn't understand strategy, if you're not working with a strategist, you're losing out on all what you call your wealth. Because your wealth, or you're there in a rat race. Whether you be surgeon or you be waiting, I work with so many of them, and I'll give you an example. I get some surgeon with me, I work. Now, white man, when I'm a client, he just come, he just start work. And I say this because many of them will tell you the same story. I tell this thing because me and this guy start working last week. This guy, he tell me, say, time with me, he said, my goodness, I do strategies for you for avoid. The guy said, my goodness, because we do taxes for the year before, we still save you a lot of taxes. That guy said, for the last 17 years, Charles, I have been paying at least $270,000 a year in taxes. And I didn't know that these things exist. That's not Oyibo, not be black man.
Wow.
So now you don't create it. What would he do? We save your taxes. We save you your money in taxes, and we use that savings. You go find some money for different places. Would he use that savings to buy you more real estate? That's what we do.
Wow.
We put you on that. That's what I call the dream blueprint. Wow. That blueprint is about saving. One of the components is we save you in taxes and we invest in real estate. Wow. We have a whole team, and I will talk about that as we go along. So everybody, for answer, everybody, when you're out there, where you want to dream big, where you want to do something, look for a strategist.
Get a strategist.
Yes.
And I can actually attest to that because I was opportune. Now the lucky that I get a story day. For me, for a year, the whole year, still, we work small work. By the way, it's not just about work. It's about, hey, I need to know what you're doing and where you are. Like that, just that kind of family, community kind of conversation. So sat in his office the whole time, and he jumped on a call for 1 hour. The thing they were hearing for that call, the figures, and the this, the that, and then I'm like, I don't want to know how much that 1 hour call cost. And then I was just like, okay, I'm actually thinking like, okay, I need to push so I can start making at least $150, $200, $300, $500 an hour. And then I just see someone make crazy money for 1 hour. No sweat, nothing. I'm like, okay, knowledge, wisdom, na power. And some group of people in their way, I feel like they understand them.
Yes.
Like the reason way they did for their play way they did.
Absolutely.
Boss,
absolutely.
You said something earlier about mentality, about mindset.
Yes.
Especially who are people, especially those of us we come out for sa will come out.
Yes.
And we do for sa dinner. I want me to break it down better.
So, might I tell you something?
Yeah.
When I talk about mindset, I want to go a little bit about. I want to tell you about this economic systems will come off inside. America is a capitalist economy.
Yeah.
You have to understand that.
Yeah.
In a capitalist economy, the power is actually the people own the power. It is you who own the power. The government is there to regulate. That is their job. They don't own nothing. So that's why in this country you hear people crying every day that we don't want large governments. It's a small government. That's how America is structured. You hear people that say, oh, healthcare over expensive for America. That's how America is. It is because the government, the only put in the only structure, it don't allow people to really do things. So the capitalist structure means that smart people, the way they do for you, they grasp the things, they grasp the system. Those are the ones that you call the top 1%, the top 3%, or wherever you want to put them. But the middle class, they get some name where they don't coin and say middle class. That middle class now, all we will, therefore they will do, would work 10 to 10. Would work 10 to 10 every day, would work all that crazy hours for work money. And then we work the money we give. Our silent partner is just there smiling, the IRS, and taking the money away. And then when one come back for house, one come back, we see all these, all these people who you call the top 1%, they own all these banks, they hold the system, they own the Wall Street, they own something called Wall Street. And they are the ones running what we call the lobby in Washington, D.C. What they do is that they encourage the system to spend. Right? They give you, in this country, there's no country that gives you access to capital like the United States. They give you access to everything that you want, as long as you have the minimum. So you have access to those things, and then you keep spending. When you buy motor, for example, motor for year, you buy the motor for, you just go take the motor with a motor, and then they tell you like 20,000. You'll pay them over 3-4 years. By the time you have finished paying that motor, you don't pay them for 40,000. That is the system. They encourage you to spend. And the more you're spending, even when you don't become that cardiologist or you don't become that top IT person where you did for work for where you did for Silicon Valley, or when you make all that money. For example, let me tell you, if you make $1 million in America, just give you an example for that all that top guy there. When you make $1 million, the first thing I say, tax for $1 million now $370,000. That's the federal income tax, 37% tax bracket, $370,000. And then you stay for New York, Washington, all of these states where they get taxes. You add another 12% on that money. That 12% of $1 million, now another $120,000 plus 3. So you don't pay $490,000 in terms of taxes. So you're home, you're the only thing now, $500. So you take half, wait for house. And that halfway reach for house now, you start buy sales tax, all the different taxes where you buy everything for. So all your money, they basically go for tax. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is the concept. That is what you call in a capitalist environment. The whole idea is to make you spend. So most of that people, the way you don't end up plenty money, so you end up just to spend because you buy that Ferrari, buy the big house, buy this. So that is the concept of this capitalist society. In that capitalist society, but we will come on indeed say, might tell you one other thing I say. The middle class were here, now people already earn between 75 up to 100 up to $300,000, depending on which state you'll be, on which place you be. 300 and something $1,000. You get for middle class. That middle class people, about 70%, statistics should say about 70% of people who are in the middle class, they don't get $1,000 for their bank account. They get big credit cards, they get big this, they don't get $1,000 for their bank account for savings. So what does that tell you? It tells you that savings as a means of building wealth in the United States will not work. It does not work. So now, we'll talk now about what society will come on day. We'll come on for a society where it be confused. We don't know whether it will be socialist community, whether it will do a little bit of capitalism, or be communist society. Okay, would for that society where would it one be socialist society where government, the whole idea that say we get for share for people. The whole idea they try for to say it's a government for the people. So they would want to try for work for the people. So in these societies, socialist societies, the government tends to own everything. They own the land, they own this, they own the companies, they own everything, they own schools, they own everything. And then the intent of owning that is that we want to share this with the people so that the people can live a certain level. But the problem where they happen for inside socialists, these communities, now see, when these communities so because the government get everything, they own so much, they get so much assets at their disposal. The problem where they happen, I say the few people the way they in charge of all of these things, like the president and all the people that they are around, they end up being dictators.
Wow.
So they end up dictating because they don't get so much power.
Yeah.
They don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
So they now don't own everything. They don't seize everything. So this is a very typical. So the intent when they begin as a one be socialist, they will become a communist state where if we share, everybody get the same. It just be completely lost. So now we find ourselves we there was a situation. I be small man whatever Cameroon. My papa no get work for the last 20 years. All the work we did now it belongs to some people, to a group of people where they be connected to everybody.
Yeah.
And at them not they run the country for all the last. I'm not talking about Cameroon only. It's an African thing.
Yes.
And many countries and they around the world where they did so.
Yeah.
So basically, you find yourself where the only way where if you survive. Now say where you go sell your granite for market or when you work your small work, you save small money. Because if you don't save that money, you know if you really build nothing. Because the only way if you get house, if you save.
Yeah.
Then now your mindset now being always about saving. Saving to grow. I want save to do this. I don't work when I grow, I get a job, grow, then I get then work, grow. You come on now from that place where you get that mindset in only saving if you work. You come in an economy where the economy not help you for savings at all. Njangi not work for you. Because when you get that jangi for year, when people the day where they mix it, they make jangi. When they make that jangi or they join or put them for bank. When they put them for bank, you know who comes in? The top 1% who are the smart people. They come and take all that money and then go and multiply it by 50. At the end of the year, you come and take back your money. That man has become multi-millionaire out of your money. So basically, even for Africa, we work through that system of saving to build. For years, savings as a method of building does not work. You start, you build your income, you generate a little bit of income, and then you understand how the system works. You get into it, and then you start. If somebody can direct you on how to start investing, you can invest here. So that now the thing that I talk about was system versus this system. So our mindset gets something when I have a big problem. For here, 90% of these boys, of people, when you want to tell a person, so you want to tell this, a little bit of these things that they talk for you. They'll tell you, I know all those things. I get my CPA. Yeah. I know all those things. That's what you want to tell me, so I already know. So our mindset will know everything. We not want to learn. And the whole idea, and I say, at the end of the day, you'll see most of we for here, we just come, where you just start work, so you start working your small money, bam. You run go Cameroon, go be a hotel. Run go Cameroon, go build this. Great job, but I have a problem with that.
I was going to ask you that question.
Yes.
I was actually going to ask you because not only you, I've talked with, I think, by the way, he did for that one person where they talk so. I don't talk to a few, I be opportunity for work with a few people the way they day for update.
Yes.
And they always tell Mrs. Sako, I don't want to discourage you. But you don't want to make a very big mistake. Like, why would you actually, I might just share a little bit, why would you actually, when you want to invest, so certain things they want to make sure they're in place before you invest. Yeah. The most important, I guarantee say so your investment be protected.
Yes.
So compare who say I want to invest and say we get for invest. Yes. Which, throw more light on that.
Okay, might tell you something. I get some people that they don't invest for Cameroon. They ask me, they call me, I get my brother-in-law na colonel. I get some other friend when a colonel. You see, person will call me and say, Master, that a man when a colonel, so I want to talk to you. I say, you want to talk for you for it? He said, Master, I don't build this thing for you. I need somebody who will protect me. I say, you need that man, and that man will protect your asset. So you are building your whole world will be inside the hand of one individual. So your lifestyle will be inside the hand of one individual. Might tell you something about this. Wow. And I don't get a problem with investing. Me, I like to build in Cameroon. That is why we'll start for you. We'll talk about Nganu and all these people. We tell you where my heart is. Yeah. My heart is about building in Africa. But I tell people, when you are young, when you are coming to this country, and we understand how this country works, I tell people, you cannot earn money in hard currency and invest it in shit. I feel repeat that. Yeah. You cannot earn money in hard currency and invest it to get earnings in shit. I'll tell you what I mean by that. CFA na money where you know if it come off for Nigeria, you know if it come off for Cameroon, spend CFA for France. You don't spend CFA anywhere. Anywhere. You know if you pay anywhere. And not be a problem for CFA. The problem is the currency get a problem. But not only that, now money will be pegged now to another currency. Now and you would survive. So the currency not really be adapted to our economy. That's number one. The key thing I say, you there for a country where it don't give you the opportunity that the largest capital market in the world. The biggest problem where any investor they get for the world, the biggest problem, go ask any person who come on and say, what will be a big problem for their business? It will tell you capital. No,
Yeah.
You come now, you can't reach for some place where capital just be available to you. You decide, say, no, I don't want to use that capital. You decide to work for any 5 francs for a year, send them back for that place. So you go now, go build, I tell you, and I tell you this thing. My aim, I say, you not fit the live for America, then you expect, say, that your investment for Cameroon go pay your rent for you, pay your mortgage, pay everything. Very few circumstances where they happen for. But if you get only one of those things, you get any person if you can challenge me. One of those things, unless you get your return in dollars. But if you get one of those things, people they don't be hotel $400,000 where they put down for ground, and it means they actually spend $400,000.
Yeah.
If you take $400,000, give for Charles and Julia, to me help you, and I can guarantee you this: that $400,000 will give you at least $4 million. What are they talking? That $400,000 will give you almost $40,000 in assets. 40 million in assets. $40 million in assets within the United States.
Wow.
That $400,000 will give $40 million in assets within the United States. And then imagine that 40 million, that $400,000, don't just invest for that $40 million. Other people, they pay all the mortgage. Other people, they pay everything. You take and write off all your tax, write off all your income, pay zero in taxes, carry losses on paper. You get access to even more and more access to other people's money. But you don't take and wait for Cameroon. You don't plan the $400,000. If I tell you, say, after you don't plan that $400,000, problem come out, you say you want to sell that thing.
No, man. Not
who will buy that thing?
Yeah.
Who? Now they ask that question. Who will buy? And even if one buy them, who will give $400,000?
I'm telling you.
Who will give $400,000? That's number one. Number two, you can't ask Charles and say, show me that your uncle, that your brother, will be this. Now you go protect that your asset. You live in a country where no person not will touch your asset. The laws for here don't protect you. When you are in the work of it, it's because you feel no sense of man, a white man, the man, now this is. You are free to invest in this country. So my problem with that is that build the asset base in America where you are given privy to use other people's money to build wealth. Build that base for you. When you don't start to make that plenty money, go now for play where you hard day. Go do anything you want to do for them. But you not depend on that. You don't want to give now for people. Make people then build their lives. But knowing that you just sleep quietly because your assets then build now for you. That's my thing.
Boss. Charles Njoya. Oh, God. For those that watch, please, guys, go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and comment the video. If you get questions, if you want the phone number, like I told you earlier, anytime I see to somebody, I don't just see to people like that. I don't look at the people. I don't look their heart. I've known him for 4-5 years now. And now one of that person is a way very, very consistent. Very, very, like, he will call me every time from, to read, I see you do so, okay, do and so. But like, I see them like, wow. We'll talk plenty over here today. By the way, I came here not just for this, only for this interview. We've done other videos. Follow him on all social media platforms. It's Charles Njoya. You'll thank me later. You'll thank me later because sometimes, even when they do things like yesterday, they shoot the video, they shoot I remember saying you share some information. Then I mean, I tell you, no, boss, you are sharing too much information. Like with all this information, why should someone even come to you? But that is actually who he is. For him, it's about the community. We are blessed to have people like him where they don't accumulate so much knowledge, they don't pay so much money to accumulate all this knowledge, and then they even give almost everything out for free. But I feel like if you contact him personally, some surely they for back where they keep on for special people there. Boss, my next question now. other people's money, OPM.
Yes.
Now one of the things in that way, pick a time, you make that call yesterday. I'm like, OPM, other people's money. Talk to us about that, please.
Yes. You know, I just told you a few minutes ago that this country is the largest capital market in the world by a mile. Nobody comes close to America when it comes to capital market. When you are in this country, the biggest problem we'll get at everywhere on earth for build any business, the capital.
Yeah.
This country, they just ask you, say, me do two things. Show them, say, you pay your bills on time. Show them, say, you get some basic source of income. The money is available for you.
Wow.
That's America. You think for America.
Yeah.
Any other country, you go for Cameroon. Tell me, so you don't build that hotel for 400 million. You wake up, so you get problem. Go for bank, say, me bank give you $1 million. 1 million CFA.
Right.
Tell me how long that bank will make you. You go give all kind of paper. When they see that you're building so. For free get out. So if you will get $400 million property, you struggle for get 1 million. One more of this man where he wants to start. So when we talk about other people's money, now the basic way where people that they build wealth for America. Now the way Donald Trump don't build wealth. Now the way Elon Musk don't build wealth. Now the way Warren Buffett don't build wealth. Now the way Microsoft people, then all these people that don't build wealth. They build wealth by using other people's money. What should be other people's money? I might just give you an example. I'll give you a simple example. You want to go buy your house. They ask you, where you want to go buy your house? They ask you, say, bring 10%. That's the general rule. Some people bring 5% or whatever. But they tell you bring 10%. When you bring 10%, you bring that 10%. Now, why would you want to buy a property for America? The first person where you look at a lender. That lender and the person where they approve you, they give you a pre-approval for sure, so you qualify for buying that thing. Then they ask you now how much money you get out. They want to know now whether you qualify. Once you qualify for buying that thing, it means that now that lender don't tell you, say, the bank go buy that thing for you. Not be you the buyer. So basically, when you build house for Africa, you don't pay money cash. For here, you get access to a property. Even though you got title to that property, that property it'll be mortgaged by the bank. So basically, you don't get access to a property. Muto say you want to buy that property, being a rental property and a rental property. That rental property you don't give. Muto, you want to buy property for $1 million. You put $100,000 down. Somebody they give you $900,000. That somebody like the banking system. That's somebody now all we call and say middle class. We don't go put our money for bank. We don't go save money. Then the smart people, the way they call themselves now, say the top people. Then they come now when that smart man, he just come put that 10%, get the whole down of money when I don't sell out. Then now he get the agreement. Then now he own a property. Now we go take that 10 million, that $1 million property. Muto say we make $400,000 in income. I be the struggle for taxes. It costs segregate that $1 million property. The IRS, the laws for America, they ask you say if you take that property, so wipe off all the debt water, wipe off all that income with that for tax purposes. It pays zero. So use of other people's money. Because you cannot grow, because it's a system that is continuously spending, you use other people's money to build wealth. Because you build that asset now they give you something. When you don't buy that asset they give you number one. You be putting only 10%, you don't get that big asset. Number two, they allow you to say that big asset, so if you take and wipe off all your taxes, not to say that taxes were that 400,000, you be 30% tax bracket. That money, you be get not to say you pay like $200,000, $150,000 in taxes. You take that distance, you cancel and it don't give you now, you don't save another $150,000 in taxes. That $150,000, so you save them in taxes. I go use them for buy you another property. So you start to multiply the properties. Not based on your money where you work on, but based on the savings money will be spoken for IRS. That's the way we work. That is the use of other people's money. You can only build wealth. You don't build wealth on the back of savings. You build wealth by leveraging other people's money in a capitalist society.
Boss, but when you talk about this other people's money thing, it means that our community kind of get a little bit of understanding from, but then I feel like they use it the wrong way. We don't go take na BB cars, take expensive houses, and like Is it possible for, I think you don't talk about them, but I want me to wait because trust me, I didn't for you. I didn't for now myself. I will ask my question them, gather my knowledge, go use them. Is it possible for, instead for people who are community, for they go take this loan them for buying a motor way after the motor depreciate, you know, if you really, or take some house, I don't know. Is it possible for we, for instead they go take these loans them and then they instead invest now for business?
Absolutely. Absolutely. May I tell young people that when you want to start, when you want to start your thing, when you're starting, I tell young people that if you're starting in America and you want to buy your first home, remember, there is something called, that is, when you are, there is something called income and expenses. Anything where they make money, they come out for you, not be good thing.
Okay.
Anything when you make a money, they only go.
Come on.
You try to get nothing where you go to bring you money.
Yeah.
Your net income get for always be net cash flow get for be positive. It means that you get money, they enter for you.
Yeah.
If your net cash flow they go now only out. Now why? That's the reason we are always in the rat race. Because one net cash flow position, they always gonna forgo. And one of the biggest places where you spend money there, our house. The house where they stay there.
Yeah.
Yes. Because mortgage now a very big thing. But would they live for a society where you get, I'm not the one over talk about people, their homes.
Yeah.
Because one thing about person in home, the satisfaction where they get that,
Okay.
where it not be quantifiable in money, be huge.
Yeah.
Yes. But the reality is, if you be person where you be money conscious, you want to build wealth. And you tell people, they say, instead of go buy that big one house where you stay for day, when you want to buy your first home, buy a multi-family home. Buy a that one house with two houses then. One of those houses, you put out for rental, then you stay for the next one. Now your first home that way you buy it. It means that you don't get a rental property in addition to your home. That rental property will help you pay your mortgage.
Wow.
It will help you pay your mortgage. And it will give you access to something where you use that other property for tax purposes, for wipe off your taxes where it come from other sources. So that one property we don't buy, and when an investment property. So that one, you get one property, we don't take one stone, we shoot two birds. And that is the best way to start. By the time where you want to decide for buy that your dream home, the other house will be there for corner, don't pay your mortgage for you. So you know you get a net cash outflow where you only push money to go out. Most of you would buy very big houses. It's a very expensive thing to run a big house. Very expensive.
Very true.
You buy big cars, it's a very expensive thing. But when you get a business, when person come for me where he didn't make $1 million. At times they say I talk big money. What you do, even you do, I talk big money now because I want to look at the place where for show you how that thing feel really work.
Yeah.
Person come for me where he work for Microsoft, he earn $1 million. Good. The first thing why they ask you, do you have a business? No, you have to create a business. I don't care what the business is. I want you to create something. It gives me that bucket where I play with. Whether you know they make money or it go give me bucket where I play with, because I know so if you put money, if you play things that we go make and go reduce their tax bucket. And then secondly, I start to see how we start buy, how we start do this. It be crazy. Anytime we give your money for IRS, you get for she don't cry. When people, there are so many of us where they listen today, where they'll tell you, say, I pay $150,000 for IRS a year. I pay $40,000. If you pay $40,000, even for the worst case scenario for buy investment, you buy investment, that $40,000, anytime we give for the IRS, what saying at the market of today when at 20% down, you don't give IRS about $300,000 worth of your property on that of investment. $300,000 worth of investment. Without investment for help you for wipe more taxes, for help you for study bill, places, the amount of wealth where they inside real estate, it be crazy. It just be crazy.
Boss, some say me I call them my ear every day. Yeah.
Yes.
Some say me I call them my ear every day. Does this explain why I hear that call yesterday? I hear that people they call 500,000, 600,000 has 1 million, 1.2, 1.8, this and that and that and that and that.
Yes.
And then only for me for 1 year, That woman say get W2.
Yes.
They say, you say me how much? You say more than 5,000.
Yes, yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
Like, what is happening?
It's all about structure. It's all about how you structure your estate. That people that they call the main thing. That guy they call when you talk. They were calling from California. I mean, the main thing they are looking for is tax avoidance.
Wow.
Structure their estate. Put in place a trust.
Yeah.
A limitation of liability. Because we hear say that they build a business.
Yep.
With that business, the expectation, I'd say $1 million or something like that. So it's all about three things. The top 3% of Americans who pay zero in taxes, they have three things in common. Number one, they have something called asset protection. Inside asset protection, I add something called privacy. The number one, what I call the legal foundation of your estate in America is something called a revocable living trust. Most people, the way we talk about trust, they just trust not only for that big people. Them. A trust is for everybody. A revocable living trust is a document that allows you to build, protect, transfer wealth from one generation to the another without losing any money. That's what trust does for you. You can manage your next generation to infinity with one trust will belong, where you get nothing inside. That's what everybody who is in that top 3%, that's what they use. A revocable living trust. Wow. So you have privacy, asset protection. That's number one. The second thing where all of those people get that, they get something called tax mitigation. Because tax is the number one builder of wealth.
Wow.
Whenever the government, I remember when I would tell you, say, American, this economy is what they call a capitalist economy. They don't have large governments.
Yeah.
Anytime we pay taxes, the biggest thing we want money for taxes, they do now, it fund social security for that old people that are already old. It put money for social security for them. That's why I call social security system is a Ponzi scheme. It put money for inside social security. The second thing that they pay for food stamps for people the way they don't afford. Then they make sure say they put money for Medicare bucket for people then for take care of people the way they don't afford. All those buckets which are all social facilities. Now why many people they used to vex say, oh, the Republican money people they don't want me to do this, healthcare be expensive. That's the way it works. So the key thing. You don't want, the government doesn't want to continue because the government cannot sustain this thing they call social security. They cannot sustain this thing they call food stamp and all these things. The biggest thing the government wants from you, now for show them, so if you take care of yourself when you get old. If you start building wealth, most people, they feel say, now by paying taxes, well, it shows you'll be better citizen. The people who don't pay taxes, they contribute to this economy far more than you and I were paying taxes. The only way that they penalize you for pay taxes is that because they want you to put money so that social security, if you get at least something, if you create social security really exists when you get old because you don't know how to manage money. But if you know how to manage money, the government gives you all the incentives to manage your money. That's why the richer you are, the less taxes you pay. Unless you are that type of person who is just a rich person, you are not a wealthy person. Wealthy person use strategists. Rich people give all their money to the IRS. And most of us in our community are rich people.
Boss, repeat that one again. Say rich people versus wealthy people.
Rich people are those people who are very intelligent. They are a specialist. They are doctor this. They are professor that. They are expert this. They make all those big numbers.
Yeah.
They make this money. And because they don't have the structure, they don't have the intelligence of managing this money, they give it to the IRS.
Oh,
that's what the rich people do. And when you're rich, the IRS loves you because you're going to give half of that money to them. They're your friend. But wealthy people are the people who are making this country strong. They build assets for this country. When you are a wealthy people use strategists to avoid taxes and build wealth for themselves. They accumulate assets by leveraging other people's money. That's what wealthy people do.
And then I'll be the work at the boss also I be rich man. I don't know say I better become a wealthy person. Guys, we're there for almost 1 hour now. I want to take question. Any person will get any question for ask him. If you drop on the comment section. If you don't get any question for ask him for comment section, my boss, your number now, boss, give me any number way if you contact you through.
Yes. First of all, for contract me, first thing I say, my social media handles and these CHN Advisors. If you just write chnadvisors.com, you go straight to my to our website. And then when you go there to contact me, if you go chnadvisors.com, you will see you can book what you call a free discovery call. You book a free discovery call. It's a 1 hour call. I talk to you. We see your situation or analyze your situation. That is the most important call. That's the first thing. Secondly, you can call me. But you call me on 832. You call our offices 832 901 0167.
0167.
Yes. I get a 1-800 number, but I don't master the number. Yes.
Wow. Guys, go ahead and now the information that, but first of all, I advise people to go first for the website. I pin the website.
Yes.
So when you have time, visit the website, chnadvisors.com. At least just go go acquaint yourself with who you want to talk to, what they do, and all of that.
Yes.
So by the time you because that is one other thing I've learned from people like him. Do your homework before you meet up person where you ask questions him. Yes. You know, the only make it easy for you, it make the person actually get respect for you because, hey, this man get the information, So visit the website first of all, look at what they have been doing, go to his social media, which is either Charles Njoya or CHN Advisors. Visit their social media. He has been putting a lot of videos out there. He has been doing so much. Now the reason we I'll be like, you know what, boss, Mark, come in, more push it because that person will not get time. That person will be busy. But guess what? When you think about your community, you think about what our people are going through, you see the type of things our people are going through. You're like, you know what, man, do the small. But if you really do one like me, okay, this is really my thing. Yeah. That is why I decided, you know what, let me come in and help push these ideas, help push these videos out there. And whether I like or not, it will create time. But at least we to show, say, we value it, we put them out. But by not only going there to consume, but share our community.
Yes.
Talk to people for community. You get wealthy friends, you get rich friends, you get even the one day they know how rich they plan for rich. There is this guy who can actually, because boss, I think say you talk on this also. One of the things the way I don't learn, especially being around you and Raphael.
Yes.
Most of who they suffer from the mistakes they will make until one that will start whatever thing we call business today, or not only business, even career.
Yeah.
Make so many mistakes and they don't reach for play now where you feel so you just get for the relax the job. Guess what? Now letter upon letter they come. I want me to throw more light on which are the trying to talk.
IRS letters.
IRS letters.
Okay. So I want to tell you one thing.
I think it should be about structuring, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to tell you one thing. The problem we'll get and I say, at times we don't put our foundations right. Yes. Many of I don't talk say, I don't think say there's a community that's as hardworking as our communities.
Wow.
When we come for this country.
Wow.
Because we want to come for the country. Imagine that the same thing we don't make Nganu the box all man. Box you want your teeth one the box, I mean. Yes. Yeah. But the same thing.
True.
Nganu comes from we come out all these boys and when it tell you say hey, Fury, you're looking so loud.
Yeah.
That picky with the bunny the gi in a milk go. They wanna can't tell me about you. Una no play one come out. Play where I come out, I don't fight tiger.
Yep.
I don't fight lion. I didn't broke a stone. That's my life.
Yep.
That is what most of us are from.
Yeah.
We come, most of we in our first generation will not get no background where we create anything from we. So they dig in the ground before even come and start see light, before start.
Yeah.
We come now, they compete with people the way they don't already get a platform. They would call them trust fund babies. Then we would see dig ground for come off of it. At times, some of we get so intimidated by this thing, it's the loss now for loss. Some people, many of we fight, would come out of it, would come out on top. That's why you go for all the big places, every place you only see now, only Africans, and you will see we will jump back for it. When the problem we'll get when it comes to IRS is the most powerful debt collector on the planet Earth. There is nobody that can collect its debt more than the IRS. They can garnish your account. They can put you to jail. They can they can put a lien on your property. They can do anything they want. They are the only people that can do that. So many of we, the thing I say, when we come for here, we start see things and work. When we start a business, we not get the foundations right. One of the biggest things where they give you access to, number one, capital. Number two, build your business. Number three, sustain your business. Now that simple thing where they call and say bookkeeping. Simple. Bookkeeping. If you look at 90% of our businesses, the grow go stand for update. They are bookkeeping at their bank account. They don't have a bookkeeping system. I get plenty of clients where they make $10 million. Where they don't make $10 million. When African clients, they get $10 million in terms of revenue. But they don't have, they don't care about accounting. And when you make yourself for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then when you don't get accounting, it means that you know they pay estimated taxes. That's where you start. Because the tax system in America, you pay taxes on your worldwide income, number one. And then taxes are not paid at the end of the year. They are paid as you earn. You pay as you earn. So first of all, you know they pay estimated taxes because you don't even see the numbers you're making. That's number one. And then when we make money, we get the money for hand, we just spend them.
Yeah.
So now you don't make a 1, 2 years, maybe you not even file taxes, or you file taxes, and then those taxes you begin for pay $50,000 or $100,000. You just leave them, you go to the next year. You forget, you go to the next year. And when any money come, you need pay nothing. You just chop, you buy big motor, you do things there. What happens is that, and some people don't even file their taxes at all, but they are making large amounts of money. The IRS, 1 year, 2 years down the line, the IRS will file the taxes for you. They do their filing for you. And then they tell you how much you owe. And then one thing, when it happens, so many of we the field say, I need to care about the IRS. They do something called ghosting. You don't ghost the IRS. When the IRS writes you a letter, if you sleep, wake up, take that letter, find any person with you, resolve your problem. Resolve that problem. Because if the IRS, the worst thing for the IRS, not ghosting. You send you one letter, you take and sleep on top. You send you the second letter, send you the third letter, you don't buy this. You want to see, you drive motors, you want here, say they don't garnish your bank account. You want to go for your bank account, you don't be. So most plenty people, then they even put lien on their homes. They don't even know, say, lien they on that home.
Wow.
They don't even know, say, that property where they buy and wait for that side, so lien did it. So the IRS, before you want to realize that you are dead for IRS, and anytime with that money they stay, the interest rates are crazy. They are growing astronomically. By the time that money will be owe 10,000, you want to go look at it, you own a 50,000.
Damn.
Yes, it just go up. So now it can accumulate, and then when guess what? It can meet you now when it start to harm you now when you not even get the money for pay. So you see somebody who has gone up so big. And then you can find a person like me for help you. And then I ask you, say, which are your books? And then you don't get no books and records. So I go fight now with it. You do fight, how you fight for solve person problem? So, but generally we help a lot. I don't get some person where you take this thing every day. I save that person $200,000 and almost $300,000 from taxes. If it's supposed to pay, if normal tax would be $295,000. Yesterday, the IRS, that's we'll go to that case right for tax court. At the end, tax court bring back the document. They confirm what you may have tell the guy. The guy began for pay how much? He began for pay $21,000 out of $297,000. He paid that $21,000. Now just because we get books and records, we'll do now with it. We'll get for find a way. But that's our problem. And now the business is dead. That friend why he talks to now, so he work, he don't go join, he sell financial services, he do other things. He try for build himself back for insurance business and things like that. But you had a business that was giving you at the time. In 2019, his gross income was 7.9 million. It's 2020. It went up because if you do not trucking, business go up, die because of the way you don't get bookkeeping. That thing say bookkeeping. That thing say IRS. You know they manage your things fine. If you manage your things, typically your accounting setup should be taking about 2% of your revenue. 2%, at least 2% of your revenue. Yes, typically. So if you make $100,000, you pay around $2,000, make people to help you for your taxes. But that $2,000, you see most of these white people, they want to start business, they don't already, the accounting system, you see money make $200,000 from business, the accounting around $30,000, $20,000 where they pay. Because now that accounting will give you access to capital.
Yeah.
When you want to go for bank now for go get money, bank asks you to bring your P&L. You don't have any P&L. You don't have anything. So how can you even have access to money? How do you even know which type of activity is profitable and which one is not profitable? All you're seeing is the money that's coming in the bank. It is a recipe for a dead business.
Boss, Nganu, our brother, we really an amount of money we make and we beat some man fight.
Yes, yes.
In as much as I'm happy,
Yes.
I'm happy about him winning the fight. In as much as it work out the flag everywhere. You don't put me for some play with you. Like me, I mostly use me Uber.
Yes.
Anytime I enter Uber, suppose Cameroon, I say, oh, Nganu.
Yes.
Like, we don't also pass that place for Roger Mila.
Yes.
We don't add Nganu for day. But then, we had a conversation yesterday. At one point in time, it was troublesome, troubling. You said him I talk English. It started worrying me. You said something in the line of, in as much as it make that money, so may be careful.
Yes.
If you expatiate a little bit, yeah.
Nganu I'd be so proud of that young man. Mm-hmm. I'd be so proud. I mean, that's a person who is, all we would work out, we talk. Well, I tell you something. Mm-hmm. I be just check. 2 days ago, I be check for see Nganu in residency. Mm-hmm. As he say, online, it should say he's a resident of Las Vegas, Nevada. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the tax code for America, the talk say, when you pay taxes on your worldwide income, right? Worldwide income. Okay. So that one, what to say, because the base is not $10 million. Now the base is that. Okay. So worldwide income, and then they tell you, say, they give you some caveat because the fact that say he earned that money out of the United States because even big the boxing now for this place.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes. But Nganu na US resident. Okay. Well, it means say, basically the first thing that say, that income we earn up, there's something that they call foreign earned income exclusion. Depending on whether you meet certain criteria, they feel reduced, and I'm not sure say even meet that criteria for foreign earned income exclusion. They feel reduced up to $100,800. I think that about that amount for 2023. But the amount that if you exclude them, all the rest will be taxable. And then you go get some other thing where they call it say foreign tax credit. Foreign tax credit simply means say you go pay taxes for America on the money where you earn them. Except for they will give you a credit for any money we don't pay in taxes in any of those foreign countries. My understanding, I say earn that money now for Saudi Arabia, right? I don't know the other intricacies where they did it because I don't know all the details. So you make $10 million.
I never just said that, but they get taxed.
They don't get taxed. It means they pay no tax. That's true. I know Saudi Arabia doesn't have a tax. So it means they don't pay no tax. They give you money. But basically, when you receive that type of a payment for your services, the first thing we come and say, the IRS be so happy. Because you know, maybe even if you qualify for foreign earned income exclusion at 100,000, so 9.9 million remain anyway. So think about it. The tax, Nganu, by doing that, he is in the top tax bracket at 37%. So immediately they pay 3.7 million of that money to the IRS in terms of taxes. And just give me now just zero, just to think what I said. 3.7 million in taxes. The second thing where they come in, that's something where they call them. It's the second thing where they come in and say, Eden Nevada. I don't know whether Nevada get taxes. It doesn't say Nevada not get taxes. But we just assume say we didn't have for California. California will get another 12 point something taxes where they'll bring up. Yes, 12%. 12 point something percent where they'll bring up. And he gave or pay that 12 point something percent. That 12% another 1.2 million. So it already go now for 4.9 million. No, 4.9 million.
I think.
Okay, 4.9 million. Then now there is something called Social Security. Social Security be maximum. So we'll take Social Security, additional Medicare, and all those things. I think it will go around 250,000. So you add on to that. So basically, if that man be there for it go around 6. So basically, if Ngannou dinner for
California or New York,
he go end up take about $4.8 million back home. And the money that we go take out.
For the 10 million,
yes, if he didn't California. And if he didn't for place like how they call them, Nevada. If Nevada don't get taxes, I don't check out. If they don't get taxes.
I think some person in the tribe will confirm where say Nevada doesn't have any individual income tax.
Okay. If they don't get individual income tax, it means say he will pay, first of all, he will take home, including all the Social Security and additional Medicare taxes, he will take home around 6.1 million from that 10 million. So basically, somebody needs to help him and tell him how and help him to avoid those taxes. The point is that he doesn't have too much time. Somebody needs to be helping him. Most of these superstars, including the Mike Tyson and all those people, they got bankruptcy because of taxation, IRS, all those people. So this young man needs help. Somebody needs to be helping him. Otherwise, that money there, so people, they only you know how many predators in there around that money for Japan now? Yes. But they will discover, say, the man, he used to say, will discover, say, hey, maybe you want to discover we don't even chop the money, so they will be able to pay the debt.
Yeah, because generally that is what happens.
Yes.
You just know, say, okay, again at 10 million.
Yes.
And then you just spend. So you know, say, okay, maybe when I don't spend it, like I 10 million, I just start think. You don't know, say this. So actually, the money you really get around 5 million or 6 million.
We play with them, yes.
So if you lost, say you want to spend 5 million before invest to 5 million, then you end up now 1 million.
That's exactly.
And then you realize you're going to pay all these guys here.
All those things. So, yeah, so Ngannou needed strategists like yesterday.
Wow.
Like yesterday. Yes. He needed strategists who will help you for build assets. Because if Ngannou give me 10 million, that 10 million, say, Charles, this is what we just made. That 10 million will convert that immediately to 50 million in terms of assets. And you will pay a dime in taxes.
Yes. But repeat that to you talk again. If Ngannou give you that 10 million,
yes.
Possibility, they say you convert that to 50 million and no one IFCO taxes no go pay him.
$1 for taxes. Yes. I'm telling you. Yes.
So I was when I see the guys people they want to hang out with. Oh God, this is a beautiful one. Like I said, guys, contact my boss. Yeah, contact my boss. You know, really, for the people that start watching video from the beginning, when I realize, say, whether you have just a career, a job, whatever, you want to know people like him. One other thing I don't discover of our community, and I say, people feel like, oh, I can do everything by myself. I want to be the videographer. I want to do the accounting. I want to do my taxes. I want. You need to work that way. There's a reason why America never play with it. Do your one way you know for do and very well. When it comes to the other thing, Ngannou don't go fight no. He don't beat man no. He beat and fine. They don't pay money. Now time now for you to find a strategist which really help you invest that money and then avoid taxes, which is very legal, boss, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I think with that's how we get for the thing for community. Do your own way to do and fine. But when it comes to society kind of thing, them now people then do it. They be professional. Any man we don't watch the video if he attest, should at least learn 1 or 2 new things. Boss, what would be your message to our community at this point in time?
Yes. I'd be so proud of our community. I'll tell you the truth.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people then don't they be interested in understanding how America works. Mm-hmm. A lot of people. Mm-hmm. We still get a lot of people though where they believe say they know everything. Mm-hmm. And you only know so you don't know everything that when you don't bite you. And the funny thing is they bite you at the beginning. Mm-hmm. They bite you at the end.
Wow.
Yes. So basically, if you not be person where you think prospectively, if you be person where you only react to things, mm-hmm. this community be very dangerous for you. It's a community based on data. Everything we do have the data, there's information, there's everything. One day for Africa, if we buy our way through everything. Yes. You just walk, policeman can you just give something to go.
Taxation can
you just pass. It doesn't work like that here. And this place be organized for whether you be Obama Peking or you be Panjoya Peking like me, who get the same system. People they want to say, well, there's some this is there, but the reality I say the benchmark be grounded. You know what if you do, you know what if you access up. You and he enter the same Uber, you and he do things them together, all those type of things. That is not our community. When you come for the community, you have to change that mindset. Then you try for get the best. It's more about mindset. Mindset is the most important thing. You get for accept, say, this person know a little bit more than me. Once you have to get them from this person. You go, once we don't accept, say, this person, this so I forget it. The point I say, will not ever think, say, will always think, say, will know, even for some other person you feel. Like, you just go now, the person search on one talk something, you say, that thing I know, that thing I know. There's always somebody's field where he knows. Leverage, some term for the country, they call it say leverage. Leverage means you concentrate on what you know best. And allow the other people to do what they know best. That way, you're free to move faster. Yes. And that is why my relationship with you will be very important because this message will go across our community. My biggest client in our community, but most of those guys we call yesterday, that guy in a white guy in the corner from California, all those people. You see, but more and more we don't get our community people. Because if you're out there, if you're paying $50,000 to the IRS and you think that there is help that can give it to you, that can convert that money into assets to you, why would you even think? Everything what you do for this country, you give a thing that return on investment. When I put this $10, what is my return on investment? That's the most important thing you think about. You think in terms of return on investment. Most of our problem, I say, when you come see a brother, the brother say, give me 5 francs. You count the money where they for inside pocket. You know the count at the one where they save, you count the money where they inside. Hey, that 5, that money, you count at the one where they inside your brother pocket. You know the count the what he the gear for you in terms of value. You count that Jesus, the money add up to $10,000. You know the count at the one where they inside your pocket. You didn't count what the person they give you access. When somebody might tell you, say, for example, somebody give you $10,000, avoid you taxes for $50,000, and then get you access to capital for $250,000 in terms of asset. With that asset, go help you for. I mean, it just goes on and on. Give you asset protection, give you A, B, C, D, all those things. There's not even thinking. You don't even think. You don't even think. The worst thing, every time you give money to the IRS, you're getting poorer and poorer. Yes. So me, I tell you one thing. Me, I not there for you for tell you say me any man cheats on the IRS, and that is very clear. And now me, I be certified. I be CPA. I be whatsoever I am. All those things. I'm a strategist. I do your estate strategy. I do your tax strategy. I help you build wealth. I do those things. One thing, the only thing where I not fit one, I don't do anything that's illegal. Now, why I tell people, if I see person where they try for, most people of our community, you know how they file taxes?
No, shut up.
Yeah. You know how they file taxes? My woman, they file in 2 picking them. Me, I file with 3 picking them. That's the way it works. But you know what that is? That is fraud.
Wow.
A fraud. Many times they'll tell you, so, no, me, I file my own, my woman, they file her own. My woman, they file with 2 picking them, me, I file with 3 picking them. You're going down 1, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, the IRS pass you, the IRS go back 10 years. That is fraud.
Wow.
When you are married, you only have 2 filing statuses. 2. You can either file married filing joint or you file married filing separate. But married filing separate is the worst filing status. You lose most of your tax credits and you lose many deductions. So most people that they file taxes, who are these boys who file taxes on the streets, they'll tell you, say, no, the best way, and I say, just file with this other picking, this file with the other picking. What that does is that you're not filing as head of household. This one is filing as head of household. Both of you are living in the same house. And then, which means your standard deduction you're taking, you're doubling the standard deduction you're supposed to take by normally. And you are both married, you are living in the same house, you are living on the same address. You do that year 1, you are not picked. You do that year 2, you are not picked. Year 3, you are not picked. Year 4.
In America, they give you time, man.
Year 4, you are not picked. Year 5, you are not picked. Year 6, you are not. Year 7, IRS send you some one letter. Say, can you explain this? You ghost them. That's it. They will go back 10 years. You're going to jail. The only time as a married person that you can file head of household is when, and only when, you don't stay apart from your spouse for at least the last 6 months to the end of the year. Not be any middle 6 months, but the last 6 months to the end of that year. If you don't stay apart, then the IRS, they give you, but you know if you talk for these things, so you'll be single or you'll be head of household. You get for talk for this, so you'll be married. But when I don't live separate, then they give you an exemption if you file married filing, or if you file head of household. But generally, oh, you take 2 picking and me, I will take 3 picking and then yes.
And it laughs so because no.
Yes.
It come over very fast.
Yes, yes.
So man, if you come to me, just the one picking the other.
Yes.
Good boss. This was beautiful. This was beautiful. Yes. Some person write some question about Ganu. I think she may answer. Okay, boss. What if he was fighting under his own business? We him somehow avoid the huge taxes. It seems he is having a promotion called Give Me Promotion. So if the child will say, Ganu maybe the fight as Ganu, maybe we don't create an entity, a business or something.
Which is great.
Is it possible
But it doesn't change much. If you've created a business, the only thing, which is general for most like boxing, if you know how to create business, then you did for the worst situation. It will reduce all some of the expenses, all that expenses for all the people that did that around, so that it will reduce the amount of money where you could net them. Remember, in Ghana, that 10 million where they talk to, we've been at the base. There's pay-per-view, there's this, there's that, there's advertisement, there's other things that will come into that. So it will reduce all that money. And generally, all that money will reduce, it will not be as much. It will be big. But the only thing where will happen, I say, if he not be structured properly, he not go only pay that 37% in taxes on the net we get out for the. He go pay something called self-employment tax on that amount, when an additional 15.3% on that. So that is structure. If he not structured, remember when I gave you the 4 quadrants? Now he's moving from employee to specialist. Now he's somebody who is a sole proprietor who owns his business. If he's not structured properly, that sole proprietorship, he will only pay that 37% where he pay him in taxes. He go add another 15.3% when a FICA Medicare. Remember saying that he be the sole proprietor. So he go pay, they pay at 7.65% per. You, the employer, they used to pay half, then the employee pay half. But since he be the employer and the employee go pay the 2 and a 15.3%, it is adding to that. So it might even get worse.
But yeah, answer. Some person the try will talk about whether things say Ghana already get tax person. Name the purposes for the conversation. Would they just try to say, hey, would you use Ghana as an example because the next person will make 10 million. But then, even before you make that 10 million, I think it's high time you structure yourself for where you talk to strategists like my boss. You structure yourself for where by the time you want to make that 10 million, you already know how this and that they go, and so we'll continue build wealth for our community. I think which way you don't share on today for you explain the reason why so many great footballers from Africa, so many people who signed, not only Africa, around there was a time when Ronaldinho, Naitobi, go borrow money, made a movie for prison. All the millions the way they for this place for Spain, not because of that, it can problem with taxes all there. You need to pay how many millions for whatever. Exactly. So what would you try to talk to them and saying, hey, we need for be careful. We need for start talk to the right people. We need for give our ears for the right people. For bless you with knowledge, by the time we hit that place, we would go, we will not go get any problem. Because I like what you talk, my boss, say, the problem, especially for America, I never buy too for the beginning. It waits with you don't go fine before it come now. I don't give you last word for our community.
Yes.
It didn't need for you talk one last word again.
My last word for community, I just say, I be available for help our community.
Yeah.
I did talk a lot. I did do sometimes. I did do conferences. People that call me, I did talk. And basically, we'll not feel grow if we not come together for help one another for different things that we do. We come for the country, we can't win.
Yeah.
And my motto, I say, we must win.
Yeah.
We have to win.
Wow.
And for win, we not feel win. You not feel win. You won. You do win as a community.
Wow.
We do win as a community.
Wow.
So my only thing I say, my doors are open, and I use people like you. I leverage other people as well. There are things that I don't know how to do as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this area, I've been doing this thing for 26 years.
Wow.
Yes. So I have some small knowledge for the. Yes. It's not only just going to YouTube. There's so many things on YouTube. So people who go to YouTube, it's great to go there, but you will not get the direct consultation from YouTube. Yes. Yeah. So, yes.
Man, this was fun, man. I had fun. Any other person get any other question? Boss Atem Fondong, Saluto.
Okay.
Fidel and Smiles, my boss. Thank you. Carl Hardy, thank you very much. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video, please. Share that video. Not only you need that knowledge, community need that knowledge. Tell somebody, not only about to read it, tell somebody about my boss, Charles Njoya. We need to push people like him for front. Now we the complain, now me and you the complain. Now me and you the complain, say, this man say, this man, we don't want order this man, the other thing of the community. We need a community that is entertained by the people they give for entertain the community, but then we need for structure our life with, and for the best we will do them, and for the follow people like him, talk to people like him. That way we not only avoid problem, because you working with him go teach you a lot of things where you will just pass them down to your peers. You don't even need to go to school. We need to do something. Man, this was a beautiful session. El Alim and Chuimbeng. Oh Lord, my boss. You were watching. Wawa Julius, Pam Akama. Man, if I want to read Paolo Ngu, hey, my sister, but they watch Larry Titi. Dosse. Queen Sparks. Tabong Cynthia, my boss, Fang Zhu. Thank you for watching. Chess Steven. Man, if I want to read the names, plenty. But I think this was a beautiful session. Any person who want me will bring boss again back for a year. Let us know. But like I said, I am here because we're working on a few projects. We're working on some video projects. Like it already tell now, Ige on side be expert. Now for the way don't focus. Me, I got my own small part, so we don't decide say if we come together, create content for put up a community, but not only rely on that content. No rely on that content. I don't even know how much I don't learn being around him yesterday and today. Like I said, I was here yesterday. He was on a call for 1 hour. How much white man pay for that 1 hour? So they now so the similar. And they don't even hesitate when they want pay nothing. Nothing. Then I understand say, until our community start value knowledge, until our community start value the right things, they will get that shift to one time. That is more to get for today. I beg if I don't mention any person get any question. Any person will get any question, this bar, you say come later, I know the answer who be the boss, you need to know it. So you can introduce yourself. His name is Charles Njoya. Just go on the social media, type for Facebook, Charles Njoya. It go pop up, CHN Advisors. It go pop up. Go for their website, chnadvisors.com. We're going to get a very, very beautiful conversation. If you just come now, find time, watch the video. When I stop the live now, if you go back for my page, the video go for the if you offer some person at Boss Charles Njoya, do you offer training?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So talk to them.
Absolutely. Tell the person, say, where it be based?
Wawa Julius Njila. Say where you based.
Yes. So absolutely. We get training, we get would you help people would you help people to teach them how to do taxes? We get let that person contact us.
Okay.
Contact us on the website. Go to our website, book an appointment with me, then we can talk about it.
Their website now, CHN Advisors. It's even based for Dallas. That is good.
Absolutely.
CHN Advisors.com. Oh God, this was Dilemma continue. Yeah. Oh God. Now the website that chnadvisors.com, go for there, you get basic information first, who will be with you to do and all of that, and then if you contact them through that website, forget the conversation when I want to get Now, this is very beautiful, Mbole. Now, one other thing that I forget for talk, not before talk, but I should have at least brought that magazine. We have a system, Mbole Kane, where you get magazine, by na blogger.
Okay.
Now people they maybe be money, but yeah, it makes small investment. That kind of community investment them for more than 10 years now. I get some blog with the blog about Africa. Africans, it's wonderful. If I remember, for bringing one copy. Okay. But I'll definitely send them, or I'll send you link for the magazine online too. Perfect. So it asks you if you like Njoya open. Is Mr. Njoya open to writing about financial topics in a Pan-African magazine that targets Africans mostly in the US? Are you open to doing that?
Absolutely. I mean, I told you yesterday about the book, right? It's almost done. I am very open. I would like to talk to her. I would like to have a time with her. I mean, I'm open to reaching out. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
You're here because we want to reach out to our community. We want to change the narrative. Yeah. We want to change the story. Our next generation has to be a completely different. I mean, we cannot be moving on the reverse side. We have to change the narrative. And what does that mean? That means, I was telling you yesterday that there are things that you can do that are just going to make people go crazy in this country. This country is an incredible mine. And the only way we can reach out, we can change that narrative about our own community is to change people, is to reach out to people, try to change the mindset. That's why my whole thing is about mindset. So if she's there, we can write, we can do blogging, whatsoever. I'm available for that.
Some person say that website is down. That is impossible.
My website?
Yeah.
It cannot be down.
Yeah, you know what I want to talk about.
It cannot be down.
Yeah.
CHNadvisors.com, this cannot be down. I have a team working on that website. Make sure it's okay. Is it coming on?
Yeah, boss, it's down.
What does it say?
It say, oh no, we have had an error. Maybe I did not spell the...
CHN, www. Put www, let me see. It cannot be down. www.chnadvisors.com.
Something there wrong, boss.
It didn't work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
can. Let's not get my phone here. I think my phone now will resolve it right now.
Yeah. Damn.
That's not good at all.
Yeah. www.chnadvisors.com.
Can I see it?
No, it's on.
Yeah, that's it.
Now it is to open for my phone. For those who they watch, now the website that open for my phone. www.chnadvisors.com. Let me try to figure out why it did not open on my laptop.
Yeah, if you don't open your laptop, it means it's somewhere, somehow, people that used to struggle for get access to the website.
Yeah, you know, open my laptop.
It means it's somewhere, somehow, people that used to struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells me a lot about that.
Yeah, now in that too. Now the same, right? Now in that for the.
Yeah, you can share that to your. Just put share that shared link with it for the. Put that shared link. You share off your platform, so that you'll click directly on that.
Yeah. Wow.
And then more try to look about, try to resolve them.
Yeah, guys, when I try to click that link, yeah. So yeah, so Mbole can say he work for a laptop, and me I don't open up for my phone also he work. So I don't know what will happen. But then if you don't try and have your laptop, try and have your phone. If you try and have your phone, try and have your laptop. But then it's easy to try to figure out what it happen. Boss, let me see. Thank you very, very much for bringing that up. Over there, the talk with you, the talk, not even no scene. But I think this was a beautiful session. I don't learn a lot. You said something yesterday about blueprint something.
Yes.
I think that is what we should close with.
Yes. So we talk about the dream blueprint. That's my program.
Okay.
We call it the dream blueprint because I think, and I'll say this again, the American dream is in the tax code.
Yeah.
The American dream is in the tax code.
Yeah.
That is the document that, I mean, if you can structure correctly to be able to take advantage of the American tax system, you are going to build wealth like you've never thought, like you've never dreamed of. You're going to accumulate assets. You're going to have asset protection. You're going to mitigate your taxes. And then you're going to leverage other people's money to build wealth. And that to me is the dream blueprint. My dream blueprint, people who are on my program, they buy one real estate property every year.
Wow.
Because that real estate, that property, as we're speaking, I have many people now who are actively buying because we want to do short-term rentals before the end of the year and things like that to avoid taxes. There are people who make money. We have to look for every way legally possible to make sure you don't pay that money to the IRS.
Wow.
That's what we do.
Wow.
Yes. So that is the concept of the dream blueprint.
Okay.
The blueprint tells you that you want to enter into that exclusive group of the 3% who pay 0%, who pay zero taxes. You remember Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Donald Trump paid, the only time he ever paid taxes was in 2016 when he was president of the United States. He paid $750. Yes, after making hundreds of millions of dollars, he paid $760. Elon Musk, the one time he decided to pay taxes was in 2021, when he decided he was the richest man on earth. He said, maybe I should pay some taxes because people were saying, oh, rich people are not paying taxes. Oh, this man is not paying taxes. He said, maybe I should pay some taxes. And then what did he do? He went and then exercised some of the options that he had in Tesla. Exercised them. They were huge, humongous. And then what did he do to those? Because when you exercise your options, it doesn't create any taxable event. It just shows what you're worth. At the end of the day, he said, maybe I should sell some. He sold some of those options. You know how much he paid in taxes? $15 billion in taxes. That's what he paid. And he came back and said, now you people can shut up because I pay more taxes than anybody on the planet.
One time we paid tax now.
Yes.
15 billion.
15 billion. Yes. Yes.
I'm even surprised.
Yes.
But we buy Twitter, they say a joke for you, like.
And he bought Twitter on zero down. He leveraged his assets and acquired Twitter. He didn't spend any money to buy Twitter.
Wow.
Even though Twitter be I think 54 billion or something billion. He leveraged his assets to acquire Twitter. So that's how the power is. You leverage and acquire more.
Boss, thank you very much. I hope so. I think so. We'll do this once a month or once every 2 months.
Yes.
But then we need to sit down. Anytime with the $10, let me know. Let us know. So we schedule something. We'll announce them so people they even prepare their questions and all of that.
That's
but
right.
Today was a blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you have done for the community, everything you're doing already, and the way you're doing, and what you will do in the years to come. I'm glad to see that one of that persons that we you did talk to. I'm blessed to have to know you, because not find like when you hear people who are community way they already there for that place, but then they worry so much about our community, and they don't only worry, they do everything for CCA. You know what? I want to drag 1 or 2 people, 3 or 4 people, 5 or 6 people from our community, from that deep place where they be. Any day, anytime, Toride is home.
Toride.
Any day, anytime you give us a call, we'll show up.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the Toride family. We are all family. Let's make this together. Let's build together. Let's take advantage of this American dream together. For not only ourselves, but for our generations to come. Yeah. That is all we're trying to do.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, hungry, I'll go find some teacher, but this was a beautiful session. Go ahead and share the video one more time. Don't forget, the website is www.chnadvisors.com. If you look up for the machine in our show, look out for the other machine, because that is what the devil does. My Tom preacher.
Yes.
They know say na your breakthrough the one come, they know say na the blessing come out. Now the first time they will do for year, and then it's a website not open.
Yes.
They know. So they are like, you know what, I need for just bury these people. They know. Fight them, get to the website, do what you can do, your research, do your homework. If possible, contact boss, wanna go from there.
Yes.
It could be a very, very big blessing. If possible, you want contact, you make me know say, now we be watching you that day for 2 days. Maybe it's a small privilege go come and know. Oh Lord, this was beautiful. This was so
amazing.
Good.